Well, good evening. On behalf of our pastor, Dr. Alan Floyd, school administration, faculty, and staff, we would like to welcome you to the 2023 State of School Address. A huge thank you to our communications director, Katie West, for creating this video and all the graphics that you will see tonight. We would also like to thank Jeremy Samplasky for the voiceover. Well done. Once again, let's give them a round of applause. We are beyond grateful for our past and the legacy of sacrifice and faith of so many. We are positioned today with peace that surpasses all understanding, and we look forward to expanding the vision of his school over the next 5 years. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. As Ms. Newton said earlier, tonight our goal is to present a vivid picture of the present condition of the school. This will include a snapshot of our history, a look at the successes over the past 18 months, and the vision for the next 3 to 5 years. I would like to show our appreciation for individuals that continue to display the same sacrificial love and faith for CHCA that has been evident throughout our 61-year history. Would current and past members of our school committee please stand at this time? I know our current chair, Dr. Spivey, is in the building. Thank you, Dr. Spivey, and others. These individuals have prayerfully partnered and advised school leadership over the years to continue the focus with our mission as the priority. We so appreciate their involvement in our school, and we want to thank you guys. We would like to recognize current and past administrators, educators, and staff. Would you please stand at this time? I know we have a lot of educators and past educators in here this evening. Thank you so much. Our educators go above and beyond to enlighten minds and enrich hearts to the best of their ability. During the assessments that our stakeholders completed in both May of 2022 and this fall, one of the strengths that was highlighted by our parents and students is that our administrators, faculty, and staff genuinely demonstrate love for your children while in our care. So thank you to our staff. Last but certainly not least, our families. You choose Cottage Hill Christian Academy. We appreciate that decision and your trust more than you will ever know. The mission of Cottage Hill Christian Academy could not be accomplished without partnering with our parents and grandparents. We understand the financial sacrifice that so many of you make to provide the opportunity for your child to attend a Christian school. Your attendance this evening and participation in the affairs of the school make an impact on CHCA's overall performance as we agree together and live out our school's motto of faith, family, and future. Parent organizations such as PTF and Warrior Club bring tremendous value and provide support to the educational experience at the Hill. If you are a current or past board member of our PTF or Warrior Club, would you please stand at this time so we can give you a round of applause? Now, tonight is a presentation. It's not an open forum or a town hall meeting, but our leadership team always welcomes any feedback, questions, or concerns. Should you have questions or comments, you can direct them to myself or that of our campus directors. We are eager to answer questions and help resolve any concerns as we move his school forward in the days ahead. The State of School Address is something that the late Dr. Charles V. Lang started during his time as superintendent. I'm honored to bring this annual tradition back, and we will continue this tradition for years to come. I'm grateful to the Lang family for what they mean to me personally, and it's because of Dr. and Mrs. Lang's investment in my life that I'm standing before you this evening. As you saw earlier in our opening video, Cottage Hill Baptist School was established as a ministry of Cottage Hill Baptist Church and is recognized as the oldest evangelical school in the state of Alabama in 1961. The school initially opened with 1 kindergarten and 1 first grade class. From 1961 through 1984, the school grew to include 2 classes per grade level in 5-year-old kindergarten through 6th grade. Between 1985 and 1996, a middle school program was established with 2 homeroom sections in grades 6, 7, and 8. A college preparatory high school, Cottage Hill Christian Academy, was established in 1997, and a second campus was added in 1999 to accommodate the growth of the school. In 2009, the two campuses were joined under one name as we know it, Cottage Hill Christian Academy. Since that time, through the Lord's provision, Cottage Hill has become a fixture in our community by educating tomorrow's generation. We will continue to keep the main thing through the educational process, with Jesus being our focus. Our pastor, Dr. Alan Floyd, recently celebrated 10 years of ministry at Cottage Hill Baptist Church. The revitalization of Cottage Hill Baptist Church under his leadership has been such a tremendous blessing to our church and school alike. As a result, Cottage Hill Christian Academy has seen record growth and a stronger partnership with the church than ever before. We are grateful for our pastor's tenure. Pastor Allen is our biggest fan, but most importantly, our number one prayer warrior. There are many in the room who have been a part of the Cottage Hill family for quite some time. You would be able to agree that we've had numerous leadership changes, including 3 different heads of schools in the last 5 years alone. Can I share with you that during those changes and times of transition, we were able to maintain enrollment, achieve success in the classroom, success in athletics and arts? There can only be one explanation. God has had his hand on our school and has brought faithful prayer warriors and families who believe in us and trust us. We are ready for the future and all that God has in store. Thank you again for being here tonight and being a part of the Cottage Hill family. I've been personally blessed to be a part of the Cottage Hill Christian Academy family for 22 years. I've had the honor of serving with our 4 previous heads of schools, and I'm grateful for their investment in CHCA. I've learned from each of them greatly. As with any relationship, there are ups and downs, but this is what I know. God has been moving in and through our school, and he's not done. We are excited to share with you tonight just a few wins from the previous 18 months. I would like to begin expressing my sincere gratitude for members of our school's leadership team. These individuals have been on the front lines during the transition of leadership back in May of 2021. They are individuals with a team focus and a growth mindset. Several of them started in new roles last year. While they transitioned to their current role, they are all spending time investing and supporting those who assumed their previous role. Members of our school leadership team have a combined 76 years of service to the Hill. My sincere appreciation goes out to them and their families for their commitment to serving CHCA in this next chapter. Let's take a closer look at the wins we have experienced over the past 18 months. When you arrived in the worship center, you should have received a program. Tonight is intended to provide you with a quick 30,000-foot view of our wins, our plans for our improvement, and what we are focusing on in the future. In the time we have tonight, we cannot possibly mention every detail, but we have highlighted wins along with future plans. First, with enrollment, we have maintained or grown our enrollment. Enrollment is vital to an independent school. It generates tuition dollars, which allows us to set our budget and operate efficiently. If you look at the slide behind me here, Cottage Hill Christian Academy has maintained an enrollment of over 700 students in K-2 through 12th grade over the past 4 academic calendars, and has set opening of school enrollment records for the previous 2 years with 715 students last year and 722 students in this current year. Our overall enrollment has grown 8% in the past 5 years and 36% in the last decade, and we need to give praise for that this evening. This Sunday is our annual open house. We will open both campuses from 2 to 5 p.m. and invite members of the community to come and get a glimpse of what makes CHCA such a special place. If you have family or friends who are considering CHCA, please encourage them to attend. For our current families, we are in our priority re-enrollment season. This is our first year of doing re-enrollment online. We appreciate your patience as we continue to work out the details, but I know from your end it is a very smooth process. We are thrilled to report that we're on a record pace with our re-enrollment. Grades are filling up and waiting lists are already starting. If you have not completed the re-enrollment process, we strongly encourage you to take care of this immediately. On February the 1st, we will begin evaluating the open spots that we will have for new families to enroll. It is always an exciting time for us as we make those phone calls to welcome new warriors into our family. Enrollment is certainly important, but retention is the real win. During the enrollment season last year, we set a record of a 95% retention rate. We have a term around here at CHCA for a special group of students, originals. Originals are students who started at CHCA in preschool and will soon graduate from the academy. Our goal is to see more originals graduate as warriors each year while also adding new families. Another win is our spiritual formation and development. Our number one goal is to keep the main thing from our youngest warriors to our senior class. We will introduce them to Jesus, instruct them in God's word, and involve them in the ministry. We've been able to celebrate 60 students coming to know Christ with 49 campus baptisms over the previous 18 months. We have intentionally focused on the revamp of our 5th through 8th grade chapel model. Both 5th through 8th grades and 9th through 12th grade students participate weekly in both large group chapel and small groups, and we need to give the Lord the praise for what he's done. Academically, while the main thing is giving students an opportunity to hear the gospel, we are ultimately a school, and we are excited about our academics. Strides have been made within the halls of our academy. With the increase of technology in the classroom, our dual enrollment program has grown by 322% since the spring of 2019. We partner with the University of Alabama, the University of South Alabama, and the University of Mobile. We have 11 students who currently have an ACT score of 30 to 35. You'll notice that your highlight sheet lists 9 students, but we just received our December test scores and are happy to add 2 more students to the list. The top 50% of our current juniors, the class of 2024, have an average ACT score of 28. And our last AP test scores were some of our highest ever. We are also proud of our 2 district spelling bee champions on the church campus. It should come to no surprise that the necessary move to virtual learning in 2020 impacted our students' learning. We have tracked test scores and students' performance data to address all learning needs. If you look at the slide behind me, the chart you see here tracks data from the class of 2025, our current sophomores. The first graph shows the learning loss experience during virtual learning, sandwiched between their 6th grade achievement test scores and their 8th grade test scores. We identified learning gaps and have been working to address them. Now in this graph, showing test scores on the PSAT in October for this same student group, you can see that we have closed some of these gaps so that our student scores now surpass the national and state average. This is just one example of how we have identified areas of concern and continue to make strides for improvement. We continue to experience record numbers of juniors who attend our annual college road trip each fall. We launched our inaugural driver's ed education program this year as well. Through a generous gift from Jason Pilger Chevrolet, our students are experiencing driver's ed in a 2022 Chevrolet Equinox. We will have over 50 graduates from the driver's ed program this school year and are making plans to offer this service to our families as a summer program. We have been focused on early intervention to help students become independent learners through our student academic intervention plan on the church campus. We continue to be excited about the integration of our new student information system, FACS. We are focused on the enhancement of our communication to our families, providing a one-stop shop for parents to pay lunch balances, pay tuition, and check on their students' classroom performance. It is impossible to make advancements in academics without providing classroom resources. I'm excited to highlight just some of the additional resources that have been secured for our teachers and students. A weather station has been installed on the West Campus, WeatherStem, resulted into a meteorology elective for our middle schoolers. This system also sends real-time updates to our coaches and administrators during inclement weather. We now have 3 full science labs on the West Campus and 1 on our church campus. Our biology lab has seen a full renovation and upgrade in the last 2 years. New lab tables, cabinets, and a mobile sink station have been added, along with a library of new animal cell models for hands-on learning. Our anatomy lab received a mobile workstation equipped with a sink station and full-size models of human skeletons, heart models, and muscles and ligaments. Our anatomy, chemistry, and biology labs have a combined 40 brand new microscopes. We are proud of these upgrades that benefit all of our students. The truth is that technology would always require upgrades. During the previous accreditation review, the team noted one required improvement priority for our immediate attention. That was to modernize the digital resources on campus and for our educators to integrate technology in the classroom. We are proud to announce this win by highlighting that of our technology upgrades. With the purchase of 45 new laptops, every classroom teacher is now equipped with a laptop. We now offer a one-to-one technology program where each student from grades 5 through 12 have access to a personal laptop. Each classroom in 2nd through 4th grade is also equipped with new desktops and laptops for our students to use and centers for activities like AR testing. A laptop card is also available for elementary students to use in the classroom. Our library and church campus computer lab also received upgrades to their equipment. We are proud to announce the newly created technology lab on the church campus. This lab is home to our iPad card and a full classroom set of virtual reality goggles and software thanks to a generous donor. Each classroom is now integrated with a 75-inch smartboard and an iPad for interactive learning. Preschool through 4th grade have a classroom set of Amazon Fire tablets for small group learning. As a result of added technology, we have upgraded our servers on both campuses and purchased filtering software that monitors online activity when our students are on the school network. The online safety and security of our students continues to be a high priority for us. We are incredibly proud of our technology upgrades, and we know that our teachers are preparing students for jobs that have not yet been created. We must stay up to date with the technology that we offer and provide safe and creative ways for our teachers and students to incorporate digital learning in the classroom. The age of our buildings also require preventative maintenance and facility enhancements. We were able to accomplish this through the operating budget, legacy fund, and other donations over the past 18 months. This summer, the flooring in our EEC, our Early Education Center, and our K-2 classrooms were upgraded. The HVAC units on both campuses have received an overhaul. This summer, we built 2 new office spaces to accommodate our growing staff on the church campus. On our West Campus, we have been very busy with upgrades and renovation to a number of areas. We installed entrance gates to enhance our security. The soccer fields, softball fields, and baseball fields have all undergone renovations. We've added a bathroom facility in the north end zone for use during multiple sports seasons. Our weight room has 8 new racks and other strength and conditioning equipment. And if you had not had a chance to see our state championship wall in the gym on the West Campus, I encourage you to stop by and take a look. Through our partnership with the National Federation of High School Sports, we have broadcast cameras in Barnett Hall and Charles V. Lang Stadium, allowing our fans to view home games when they're not able to be on campus. Another very special project was the completion and the dedication this fall of the Greeno Prayer Garden. Many of you know Fran Greeno and the legacy she left on her students and colleagues at CHCA. She is never far away, and CHCA is always in her prayers. A prayer garden in her honor was constructed and provides a place for outside instruction, a retreat to pray, and a safe place to remember the Lord's favor on our school through faithful servants like Fran Greeno. The number of lives she has impacted was evidenced by the efforts made by our families, students, and alumni. She is still a very close friend and visits campus often. We have been able to accomplish great things in both athletics and the arts. We have added to the total number of state championships with the addition of 4 state swim titles, taking our overall count to 44 state championships. Our student athletes have received numerous opportunities to continue playing athletics at the college level, NCAA. And we are excited to demonstrate Warrior pride with all our sports teams and their respective state qualifying programs. We had 2 students selected to perform at Carnegie Hall, and we'll all look forward to our spring production, Aladdin Jr., put on by our theater and performing arts students at the end of April. Lastly, I want to talk about family. Family is what makes CHCA so special. It's been a highlight of mine to organize and host events post-COVID together as a family. We will continue to partner with our families in a variety of ways. To name a few, would include our all-school orientation night in August, Grandparents' Day in September, homecoming festivities in October, Super Reader Week in November, State of the School Address in January, Warrior Club Silent Auction in March, and Legacy Weekend in April. We also incorporate Friday family forums throughout the academic calendar for touch points with our stakeholders throughout the academic year. Whew, that was just in the last 18 months. So let's go ahead and praise the Lord for what he's done. We remain in a constant state of evaluation. For every event and activity we participate in, we evaluate what went well and how can we improve it in the future. Cottage Hill Christian Academy is an accredited school through the Alabama Independent School Association. To maintain this distinction, we must go through an accreditation review process every 5 years. We are scheduled for our accreditation review team to arrive on our campuses in just a few weeks. Some might ask, what is accreditation? Why is this important? Accreditation is a time to ask, what is the mission of CHCA and are we fulfilling it? I like to personally keep things simple when describing this process in the following steps. We evaluate who we are, where we are going, how we're going to get there, how do we know that we arrived, and then guess what? We get to do it all over again in 2027. We partnered with a champion group in May of 2022 to begin a self-evaluation and preparation for our AISA accreditation visit in February. We are grateful for the opportunities presented to our stakeholders and your input during the assessments presented by the champion group through surveys, focus groups, and forums. The data collected from our students, parents, faculty, and school committee through these assessments and in-service sessions were used to formulate our plan for the days ahead. We must clearly be able to define who we are and what is our purpose. That can be found in our newly revised mission statement, vision statement, and core values. Our lead team and members of our school committee participated in a strategic retreat in September to begin formulating the best way to communicate these new revised statements. It is extremely important for our school community to know our mission, understand our vision, and to live out our core values that make up the Warrior Way. Our teachers and other members of our faculty actively contributed to what you will see on the screens behind me. We have revised these documents, not to just sit on a bookshelf or live on the website, but to make them easily recitable for everyone to clearly know who we are. Our mission statement: we provide a Christ-centered education that prepares students for excellence as lifelong disciples. Our vision statement: in the Cottage Hill tradition, that Cottage Hill tradition of 61 years and being the oldest evangelical school in the state, we cultivate authentic community by prayerfully partnering with families to develop tomorrow's servant leaders today. And our core values: what is the Warrior Way? The Warrior Way is built upon the core values of faith, love, respect, excellence, accountability, integrity, and service. Now let's take a closer look of these core values. First, faith, believing in the promises of God's word and living their lives accordingly, allowing it to transform their lives. Now, faith is assurance of things hoped for and the conviction of things not seen. We see that in Hebrews. Next, love. God changes our hearts in order to make us capable of love. My command is this: love each other as I have loved you. John 15:12. Respect, honor, and value everyone, believing that God created all people in his image. Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves. Romans 12:10. Excellence. Striving for excellence should be a part of all we do. Whatever you do, work heartily as for the Lord, not for men, knowing that from the Lord you receive the inheritance as your reward. You are serving the Lord Christ. Colossians 3:23-24. Accountability. Scripture teaches that we will be held accountable before God and that we are meant on earth to hold each other accountable as brothers and sisters in Christ. So then, each of us will give an account of ourselves to God. Integrity. Perfect integrity can be found in Jesus, and through him we're able to aim towards true integrity for ourselves. Let your eyes look straight ahead, fix your gaze directly before you, give careful thought to the paths for your feet, and be steadfast in all your ways. Do not turn to the right or left, keep your foot from evil. Proverbs 4:25-27. And service. We are called to serve others with the grace and love that God has entrusted to us. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve. Mark 10:45. We live in a society that believes in instant success or gratification. And if we don't take time to celebrate all that has been accomplished, we tend to simply move on to the next item on the agenda. I'm extremely proud of the strides we have made. I'm extremely proud of the areas noted during our self-assessment and the overall improvement of our school in the short term. Is Cottage Hill Christian Academy a perfect school? Please don't answer that question aloud. We all know that answer. We know the answer is no. But we are here tonight to be open and forthcoming on how we are intentional and how we are forming the foundation. We are here to invest in our students' future. Maybe that's college, a trade, a career in the military. But they will all be employees or employers, husbands or wives, moms or dads someday. We will be intentional about shaping them into servant leaders who will leave a God-sized impact on their world. Not only is it extremely important for our school community to know our mission, vision, and core values, but also to know where we are going. The roadmap is stated through our strategic objectives and our Keeping the Mission and Expanding the Vision School Improvement Plan. This plan will navigate us through the next 5 years to continue providing our community with a Christ-centered education that prepares students for excellence as lifelong disciples. The strategic plan will set in place goals that will put us in a position to prepare our students for the changing world around them while also teaching them how to thrive as Christians in the future that God has for them. In the coming years, we will focus our goals in 3 areas: keeping the mission, expanding the vision, and demonstrating warrior pride in all we do. While the Keeping the Mission and Expanding the Vision School Improvement Plan provides a broad overview of the direction for the next 5 years, a more specific operational plan has been developed by school leadership throughout the assessment process. This operational plan is fluid and will be continually updated as strategies are identified and needs are addressed. The number one question I've probably gotten in the last 18 months is this: what is your vision for student enrollment? The answer today would be approximately 800 students, K-2 through 12, which would include additional facilities. With our current facilities, we would be at max capacity with 770 students. That's 40 in each grade level for preschool to elementary, 50 in each middle school grade, 65 in each high school grade level. And these totals would put us just over 500 students on the church campus and 260 on the west campus. In alignment with our 3 pillars, we have 5 main strategic objectives to see us through 2027, and this is what I would like to briefly share with you as we move forward. Strategic objective number 1 is supporting our students and staff better. Our findings during the assessment in the spring of 2022 revealed stressed area of concerns with operations. Your leadership team went to work to evaluate these areas. Our number one goal is to remain competitive in the independent education market in Mobile while still balancing the operating budget. With adjustments to the operating budget, we were able to create 9 new positions from our EEC to our high school faculty, administrators, and support staff. You can see these 9 newly created positions on the screen behind me. With consistent enrollment and additional needs for our school system, we have a tuition increase for the 23-24 academic calendar beginning July 1st. This was communicated to all families during our priority re-enrollment. That notification was sent through email, and a letter was mailed to each family. You can find the tuition schedule and fees on our website for 23 and 24. While an increase in tuition is a very difficult decision to make, we're excited that with those tuition dollars, we will give percentage raises to all employees for the first time since 2020. So let's give that a round of applause for our current educators. We also will add 3 additional employees to our faculty and staff. Our goal is to establish a CHCA security team. The team would consist of 1 armed school resource officer on the Church campus and 1 armed security officer on the West campus. In addition to creating a more safe and more secure environment for our students and staff, we believe that the next position needed is a school counselor who can meet the needs of our students for their mental and social well-being. The counselor would serve students on both campuses. These are just the first tactical approaches to fulfilling the goal of supporting our staff and students better. Another way we will support our educators is through professional development. We will identify conferences and webinars of interest and value to our teachers, and through the continued use of Title II funds, make these opportunities for professional growth available to our faculty. We are currently evaluating our curriculum to ensure alignment in each course offering and grade level. The curriculum should align with standardized testing goals and Alabama State Department of Education standards where appropriate. During this process, we will evaluate the vertical alignment of curriculum and specific areas of focus to ensure that any learning needs are addressed so that our students are set up for success. Teachers will meet by discipline and with the teachers above and below their grade level to ensure there are no gaps in instruction and all learning targets are met. We will continue to track test data and use these assessments to strengthen our academic rigor and make our educational offerings the best they can be. Our second strategic objective is increasing and improving what we offer students in the facilities from which they operate. Improving what we offer students is a must for continuing education, and I would encourage you to look for surveys in the months ahead as we evaluate possible programs to ensure we are continuing to provide opportunities for our students to develop spiritually, academically, athletically, and artistically. For example, many of you stated that you would be interested in CHCA offering driver's ed for our high school students. Students in our middle school expressed an interest in meteorology. We evaluated the possibility and we're excited to offer both of those electives in 22-23 school year. Overall, we've added 8 new electives for our students just this year. Another goal is for us to always improve the facilities in which we operate. Prior to COVID, we evaluated what is next for CHCA regarding facilities. As we all know, we share space with Cottage Hill Baptist Church on our church campus, and I was excited to serve on a committee to evaluate what was next for CHCA. Due to the strain on our economy and leadership changes, we paused those conversations. We now feel ready to revisit the discussion and even conduct a feasibility study of what a future campus might look like. My goal is to spend quite some time in the coming months and the start of next academic year, and we'll prepare to present our vision for future expansion in our next State of School address. Strategic objective number 3, strengthening the financial health of our school. We must remain competitive in the independent education market in Mobile while also balancing our operating budget. Another area of focus is to refresh our capital campaign while generating consistent and additional revenue streams into our institution. We would also like to establish an alumni base, creating meaningful ways for our alumni to get involved and give back to CHCA. We have displayed stewardship in the previous 18 months while operating within our budget and have been able to generate additional revenue. During the 2021-22 school year, the largest amount was given to our legacy fund in a single academic calendar. At the same time, our Warrior Club also raised the largest amount in its history. The overall goal would be to eliminate the need for fundraisers and strengthen our legacy fund through a culture of generous giving. Strategic objective number 4, enhancing effectiveness in spiritual development and discipleship. We have already highlighted the spiritual wins on our campus over the last year. We have celebrated with our families as students have come to know Christ and have been baptized on campus in front of their peers. We added a Christian leadership elective on the high school campus and also revamped our small group discipleship training. Now more than ever, we pray that our students will be strong in their faith and confident to live it out. This will always be a priority for our students. Strategic objective number 5, making our communication better inside and outside the walls to better equip and unify the Cottage Hill family. The Champion Group Assessment of May of 22 also revealed areas of concern with our communications. Once again, your leadership team went to work to evaluate these areas. In addition to the upgrade to our student information system, we formed a partnership with Hi Mama. This program is a communication and billing platform for our 6 weeks to K2 families. We have heard from so many families in our EEC and K2 who now receive updates and pictures throughout the day. This program has been a huge success. We appreciate our staff and their willingness to learn something new. To a working parent, this provides a quick picture of their child playing on the playground or riding in the buggy. It gives them peace of mind to our parents. We're excited to also reveal to you our revamped school website as well as our brand new athletics website. We encourage you to take a look. Our new athletic website, you have the option to subscribe to teams and receive updates via email or text message. As we evaluate ways to improve communication, we hope you will subscribe and follow our social media pages. We would also ask for help in sharing what Cottage Hill Christian Academy is doing with your friends and family and help us tell our story. In conclusion, we ask one final question. How do we know that we have arrived? One thing is clear. We will evaluate, keep a goal list, and celebrate the wins as we accomplish these tasks as a school community. We must always keep our why in mind. Tonight has reminded us that the history of Cottage Hill Baptist School System, that one thing is constant: God's faithfulness and His love. Nothing surprises Him as we face a future prepared by Him. I would encourage our stakeholders to always be mindful of the accomplishments and advancements over the past 61 years. As we focus on them, we are reminded of the blessings that only He can give. As we move into the next chapter of the CHCA strategic plan, we are positioning the school to further expand its influence in the greater Mobile area by developing tomorrow's servant leaders today. As we look to the future, I'm reminded of Isaiah 30:21. And your ears shall hear a word behind you saying, this is the way, walk in it, when you turn to the right or when you turn to the left. We are anticipating great days ahead. May our ears be in tune with His voice. I hope you would join us by locking arms together in this adventure as we keep the mission, expand the vision, and demonstrate warrior pride in all we do. Thank you once again.